The Art Beat, a weekly program putting you in touch with artists and arts events from the J.T. and Magaret Talkington College of Visual and Performing Arts at Texas Tech University. Hello, and welcome to this week's Art Beat on KLZK-FM 105.7. I'm your host, Peter Martins, welcoming you to the show this week, coming to you, as always, from the Talkington College of Visual and Performing Arts on the campus of Texas Tech University. And we're getting to talk about some dance today. We haven't talked about dance on the show for a while. I'm excited to do that with my special guest, who is a professor of practice in dance in the School of Theater and Dance at Texas Tech. Kyla Olson, welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me.
You bet, you bet. Glad to have you back. I think you've been here maybe before in combination with somebody else.
Yes, I think at least once.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, we're excited to talk to you. We're, getting our way through the spring semester here, right? Looking ahead towards summer, and we're doing several shows that talk about the summer doings on campus, and a lot of those revolve around camps where we bring pre-college students or people who are otherwise not enrolled at Texas Tech to campus to do fun things, learn things, get exposed to things. There's maybe a recruiting function, right, in some of that. And I understand that there's a new one this year,
yes,
which you get the pleasure of being in charge of.
Yes, I do. Very exciting. Yeah, we're starting our first summer dance intensive. It's called Wildwind Summer Dance Intensive.
Okay.
It's going to be happening the week of June 8th. Very exciting. June 8th to the 13th.
Okay. And you mentioned the Summer Dance Intensive, and then it's under the, I guess, umbrella maybe of Wildwind, which some listeners to the program here might be aware that that's been an ongoing program in the kind of on the theater side of things.
Mostly theater side, yeah. So we're sort of restructuring Wildwind for our current students and creating camps on campus for prospective students to sort of engage with the communities more. So this year we're going to be doing a dance camp the first week. I have a busy June, so. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
And these camps are in addition to the UIL camps,
correct,
right? That we'll probably have a separate show on those, so just put a pin in that.
Yeah, I think that's usually in like mid-July,
right,
early to mid-July. So yeah.
Right. Okay, so these are focused on what's your population in specifically?
We're looking specifically at high school students,
okay,
or students going into high school, ages 14 to 18.
Oh, okay.
Really looking for students who are starting to maybe look at college programs or trying to find something to do in the summer that maybe they can't get at their high schools, or training that they can do over the summer. And so, yeah, we're inviting people to come onto campus and see what we're all about and learn from our awesome faculty and check out our facilities and just sort of see what it's like to be a Red Raider, I guess, for a week. So,
right. And to dance probably more intensively than they've danced before.
Hopefully so. Yes, that is the plan. We're sort of structuring our camp to be technique focused, so movement classes in the morning with some somatic work, yoga, Pilates, and then using the afternoon time slot for more creative purposes. We're hoping to create some sort of group choreography project, something that we can sort of showcase to the parents on the last day of the camp.
Okay, perfect. You've anticipated one of my next questions, which at the end of this, is there something that parents or the public or both can come and see? It sounds like on, the 13th Friday?
It'll be actually a Saturday, and it'll be, I think we're aiming for an 11 a.m. sort of showcase, just so they can sort of see what's been going on. We're hoping to showcase maybe some of the technique work that they worked on, as well as some sort of creative project. Those afternoon slots were sort of shifting between creating choreography, learning choreography, and then sprinkling in some, things that they might learn at the collegiate level in dance. So what does it mean to condition your body, or what are you eating? How can you better fill your body with nutritious elements versus junk food? Which is what they typically do, or adding in, elements of writing about dance or dance history. So they're getting a little bit of perspective of, again, what does it look like to study dance at the collegiate level, and what does it particularly look like at Texas Tech with our faculty.
Great. So you get the dubious honor of being in charge of this all, right? No, it's great.
Absolutely.
And you're obviously pulling together other faculty members. Who's all involved here this summer?
At least so far, I think we've got most of our faculty on board. So our full-time faculty, Melissa Brading, Anthony Denaro, or Wynette, our hip-hop professor, Allie Duffy is going to be joining us, Katrina Soroselli, who's one of our part-time faculty members who works with Ballet Lubbock in their community engagement classes, is going to be involved. We think Erin Harold Alvarado from the Palm Squad is going to hopefully be able to come in and teach one or two classes. She's usually booked over the summer. And that's what I have so far. So I'm trying to get everybody in some capacity, so again, they can get to experience everybody in some capacity, as well as our staff, as we shift over to the theater space and utilize that space for the showcase.
Okay, so that was one of my next questions, is I imagine the students will get to experience the Creative Movement Studio, which is kind of the School of Theater and Dance North, I guess, as I think of it. It's,
I've never heard of it as that, but I like that.
Okay.
I'm going with it.
Excellent. Okay. And then you say for the showcase, kind of at the end of the week, things will shift back to the theater building itself.
Yeah, I think the Machen building is particularly a beautiful building. We've got a really awesome black box space. We can house a few more people. We're going to hold a little reception afterwards, and we want the students to be able to see both spaces that they would be working in on campus. So, yeah, we're going to make them shift between buildings, which is pretty exciting.
Great. Maybe you can choreograph the transition from one building to the next.
Absolutely. Yes. We can do this.
Great.
Love the idea. I'm stealing it.
Okay. Great.
I'll give you credit.
Thanks. I'll take it. Yes.
Our dance camp is going to be a 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday with a showcase on Saturday.
Okay.
The dance faculty got really excited and said, "We're going all day."
Do it.
Great.
Do it all day, right?
Yeah.
So that actually one question I forgot to ask is the dance camp a residential camp? In other words, do students have the option to stay on campus if they're coming from far away?
Great question. So when we initially, were thinking about this idea, this is sort of built off of our idea of College Day, where students come and take, classes for the day and get to see things. And we've been wanting to create a summer camp for a long time. So we're in our first stages. So we said we're probably going to be targeting mostly local students just to get the local community engaged and sort of reach into our folks that are here in the neighborhood. So there is no plans for people to stay on campus. They certainly can find housing in and around the campus this year, but we're starting small. But we already have people registered who are not residents of Lubbock. So I'm like, that's great. So
they're making it work somehow.
But the plan is that in our second year, we'll add that on. We just wanted to sort of see what is the initial interest. Is this sustainable? Are people interested in this? And so round one this year, we're going to be no on-campus housing. But the plan is to add that in next year.
Great. And that really dovetails in my mind with some of the conversations our listeners have heard previously about the School of Arts summer camps, which have been around for quite a while, and they do have a residential component. But really the similarity to me is that you're able to serve outlying regional areas, maybe where there's two students in a school that have any interest in dance, that sort of thing. And it brings them together and really allows them to take some training and like, hey, I can do this. I really want to do this. Yeah.
And particularly for our local students, most of the dance education has sort of been pulled out of their training. And right now, students in Lubbock ISD go and work with Ballet Lubbock, which is great. We love that, but they probably don't get as much time training. And so we're hoping to provide this extra opportunity for them to find training that's here and local so that they can study more and see if this is something that they're interested in. So
great. Yeah. And that it makes me think that the dance area as that kind of art form has maybe more equal footing or collaboration with things like ISDs, but then also with more, I guess, private or kind of private-public dance entities.
Absolutely.
Schools,
yeah, we have alums actually teaching in all of the area schools that are here by Lubbock ISD, Friendship, Lubbock Cooper. They're all alums within our program, which is awesome because then we can reconnect with them and send our students out there to work with them. But all the studios here in town, the majority of them are also Tech alum or current students who teach in those studios. So we're hoping to, again, engage with those people, say, hey, we're already, working with you in some capacity. We'd love to have your students come and work with us for a whole week on campus. So yeah, really trying to build that stronger community engagement because the dance field is small in Lubbock. So we want to make sure we build up that community.
Yeah, the word ecosystem keeps echoing in my mind here when I think about these things. So that sounds like a wonderful initiative.
We're hoping it's. I'm hoping people are excited and get an interest in like, oh, there's dance at Texas Tech. I had no idea. Let's check that out. So
let's check it out. Right.
Yeah.
So thinking of the blend of dance and the musical theater things you talked about, how many dancers, I don't know, typically, is it a common thing among dancers to feel the need professionally to be able to act at the same time or sing at the same time. How many, I hear the terms like double threat or triple threat, those sorts of things. Tell us a little bit about how that works in practice.
Yeah, I mean, I think particularly what we're training our students here for, and because we're the School of Theater and Dance, is that we're all storytellers in some capacity, whether it's through movement, whether it's through song, whether it's through text, that we're all storytelling in some capacity. And so I think students, what we're trying to give them an opportunity is to see, how can you express yourself in these different ways? And maybe they might be more comfortable in one way or another. Typically, our dance students never want to sing and act, but I'm hey, guess what? You are actually already doing that on stage. You're just not vocalizing yet. And it's the same thing for our musical theater students. How can your body be helping in the storytelling that you're singing or doing your monologue? So for us, it's building that bond between theater and dance, since it's so heavily emphasized within the department anyways, and really providing students an opportunity to sort of see that as an opportunity versus no, I'm just a dancer, or no, I'm just an actor or just a singer. As we train our students here, we're trying to give you as many tool sets as possible as you get out. And, you never know what you're going to like until you try it. So I always tell students, go and try it. And if it's not for you, it's not for you. But maybe it's another avenue for you to, make money off of. Create art, which brings you joy. So, we're trying to expose them to all different things. And if whatever they pick up on is great, and then they can have that moving forward. So.
Yeah, that's great. We do tend to, I think our academic enterprises at kind of all levels of education do tend to silo. We silo ourselves into I'm only sociology, or I'm only this or that art form. So bringing them together.
Boxing yourself in cuts off so many opportunities. So how can we expand that box?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, goodness, that sounds wonderful. I kind of want to do all of these things that I've never done before myself.
We'll register you.
Describe
Don't
it
worry.
that way. Okay. Okay.
I'm excited for this.
Do you have an over whatever class?
Oh yeah, we'll make an exception for you.
Okay, excellent.
We'll make an age exception for you for sure.
I love that. Okay, yes, and with the paramedics on hand.
Absolutely, yes.
To go along with that.
Yeah, we'll get you ready.
Okay.
We'll slowly get you into the stretching and all that. You'll be fine.
That's good.
You're in good hands.
I'm glad you mentioned that physical side of it, and really even the nutrition side you mentioned, because that is something that my daughters did actually dance for a while, and that was really something that was stressed by their teachers, that garbage in, garbage out. I mean, if you eat poorly, your body's just not going to be able to do.
Yeah, and most teachers in the K-12 system, or in the private studios, they don't have time to talk through all those things. They're doing lots of different things. So we're trying to educate our students so that they can dance longer, dance better, injury-free. So whatever ways that we can sort of help them and make them understand that their body is their instrument. And so you got to take care of it. And what are the ways that you do that? And it's not eating candy.
Right.
Or takeout all the time. Maybe partially.
Sure.
But, yeah.
That's a great analog that, musicians take care of their instruments. So they're so valuable, right? They paid so much for them. We get them maintained regularly and keep them clean and everything.
Absolutely.
And, don't necessarily do that with ourselves as well.
Nope. We're training the whole body holistically, so not just movement wise. Yeah.
Well, words to live by and very inspirational. Yes, thank you for giving us that picture and snapshot of the summer dance intensive under the Wildwind heading, starting new this summer at Texas Tech.
Yes.
Very excited. And info for registration and that sort of thing is online.
So all of our information's online on our website. If you just look up Wildwind Summer Camp, you can probably find it on there. What's awesome about this year's camps is that due to a really generous grant by the REA Charitable Trust, people only need to pay a $25 application fee. There's any tuition that has to be paid. So it's
You're kidding.
$25.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that is really amazing.
We're very excited about that opportunity. Also, just to open it up to as many people as possible. So, and if tuition is even the $25 application fee is an issue, reach out to us. We want to try to get everybody involved. So, yeah, but registration's online. You should be able to click on it and register. And we're hoping to cut off the date around May 15th. We'll see where we're at with registration, but we've already got people registering, so it's pretty exciting.
All right. Well, good luck. Congratulations on getting the support for the program.
Yeah,
and,
we're excited.
Look forward to seeing all of the young dancers here in June.
I'm looking forward to seeing you, Peter, in this camp.
In a different category than the young dancers, I'm
absolutely.
afraid. Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you for that invitation. I will work hard to take you up on it, and
great.
We will see you next time on the Art Beat. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. The Art Beat, a weekly program putting you in touch with artists and arts events from the J.T. and Margaret Talkington College of Visual and Performing Arts at Texas Tech University.